guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and same here with my January TBR for 2024. It is the first TBR of the year. I told myself, I was like, it's not going to be that big of a TBR. Like, I'm trying to have smaller TBRs just so I stick to them more and I can put them on my TBR cart and it's a little bit more realistic for the month, but I just kept on pulling more and more books, so we will see how this goes. But I will start with my book club books like I always do first. So I have 2 book clubs I am a part of, and I have a read along, and I have my TBR jar from my Patreon, so that is already 4 books that I have to read. The first book club I have is Historical Hellions, which I run with Samantha from Books with Samantha, and Christy from Christy Reads a Lot is now a co-host, which we're very excited. In January, our book is going to be The Gift by Julie Garwood. This is a pirate romance, that's all I know, and I really want to fall back in love with historicals this year. I have another one on my list that I think will help do the trick. We will see. I might do a reading vlog. If you want a vlog of me trying to fall back in love with them and finding ones that just make me feel giddy, let me know. We are in a year where we will have a new Bridgerton season, so maybe that's gonna make me want to love historicals again, but we'll see. But this book club number 1. Then I do have Ravished by Romance. I run with Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers, and we are reading God of Fury by Rena Kent. I am so excited because so many people have told me about this book, specifically the audiobook that I literally just went and bought it. So I downloaded it on KU, got the Whisper Sync, and it was $7.50. So I have the audiobook, and this one all I know is it's MM. I think it's bully, but I have no interest in the rest of the series. I just have interest in this one. Rena Kent, I don't usually gravitate towards because she writes typically high school or college bully romances, and that's just not my favorite genre. So I read one by her, didn't love it, but Lacey I think read her Mulan retelling, which I'm very intrigued by, but I was like, this one everyone's talking about, so what do you say? So we're gonna read this one, and I'm very excited. I don't know anything about it, that's all I know. For my read along we are doing the Crescent City read along, which I'm very excited for because book 3 comes out this month, and you bet I will for sure be reading that the day it comes out. I'm not leaving my couch. I'm not working that day, but I have to read this one, and I was almost gonna put the entire Throne of Glass series on my TBR. We'll see if that happens. So this one is book 2. I don't remember if this is longer or the same. Is it 800 pages? Yeah, 805. And this one I'm very excited because it'll be my first time rereading book 2. Book 1 I've now read 3 times, so it'll be my first time rereading this, and I'm very excited to catch things I didn't notice before and be prepared for book 3. I'm nervous, but it's gonna happen, and I'm going to annotate this like I did book 1. Okay, so then I have my jar. I've added more to this jar. I have a Patreon. If you guys are interested, you can join actually for a free week trial down below. We do reading sprints every week. I update my reading. I let them vote on things, and they submitted a ton of books they want me to read. So far, I've read 2. One ended up being honestly a new favorite series of all time, so very excited for that one. I'm trying to mix it up because I know there's some stuck at the bottom, and I feel bad if any are stuck at the bottom. So we have a ton in my hand right now. All right, we're gonna pull this one. Okay, so this one is from, okay, this is from Kimberly's Book Corner. And it is Requiem by Callie Hart. So funny story, I did the 12 recommendations from 12 friends for 2023, and I read 2 or 3 books out of all of this. I'm not doing it again in 2024 because I completely failed at that, but one of them was this book, and you know who recommended it? Tori from Novel Life. So this was one of her favorite reads of 2022. I never got around to it. I own this book. So thank you, Kimberly, for forcing me to read that. So I'm going to be reading that in January. Those are the books that I have to read, but now the historical romance I would love to read is Diana Quincy's. This is The Duke Gets Desperate. I love Diana Quincy. All of her books have been great. I think the only one I think I liked all of them. And the second one maybe it was like a 3.5, 4-star read, but all the rest are 5 stars. And so this one is about a guy whose father, he thinks he's inheriting his father's castle, but then it goes to his stepmom, but then I think his stepmom passes away, and so it goes to her cousin. And so he's mad because she goes to live there, and he's like, no, this should be mine. And so I'm excited. Like I said, I want to fall in love with historicals again, so this one is high on my list. If you have any good audiobook historical recommendations I think I would love, let me know, because I've been listening to more audiobooks. I've been knitting and crocheting more, so I feel like I'm gonna have a lot more time for audiobooks in January. But then I have to finish this series. I've been putting this off for so long, and I know the new one comes out I think February or March. I'm nervous though because I know we figure out something about BJ in book 3, and I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for it and what happened with them. So will I be reading these? Let me know if you want to vlog. I vlogged reading the first book and it was a lot of fun. So these are just so angsty, and I need angst. I need books that make me fall head over heels in love with reading again, because I've been reading a lot of like fine books, but I need like blow my socks off, make me so emotionally drained romances. So we'll see. Would love to read these too. Then we have one that is now traditionally published, and I'm very excited, and that is The Butcher and the Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. The publisher sent this to me, and I am so excited because this one, I'm pretty sure it's on Tori's Best Books of the Year, I think. This one is a serial killer romance, and I think that they're both serial killers, but it's like funny. So I don't know, but I love the cover. I know book 2 is coming out this year too, so high priority. I know people say the audio is amazing, but I think I might physically read this since I have it, but we'll see. Then I also have Gilded Wings by Jamin Eve. This one has gorgeous art on the inside. People are really stepping up their game. So this has those, and this one is a dragon shifter romance. And just look, and it's floppy. That's all I know. It's a captor. I am excited to read Jamin Eve because she co-wrote Poison Roses, which is I'm obsessed with. I also have an Eva Chase that I would love to try. I'm trying to read new to me authors January too. So we have Thief of Silver and Souls by Eva Chase. This one has like really pretty sprayed edges. I got this from Target when they were having their sale. And we've got, I don't know if the print's supposed to be like this or if it's a mistake, but we've got some art in here, but like the design is like on the edge too of everything. So I don't know if that's supposed to be that way, but this, I don't know anything about it. It might be Why Choose. I thought it was Why Choose because that's what Eva Chase normally writes, but it says, what if it takes a monster to save a kingdom? I don't know. I really want to read more fantasy and paranormal this month, so I'm also going to be reading Woven by Gold by Elizabeth Helen. I really want to get to this. I've heard the series gets like really, really, really good. Victoria from Victoria's Romance Reads recently did a Why Choose romance video, and I was watching it, and I think she did say she liked book 2 and 3 better after she read book 1, and book 1 I really liked, so I think it's gonna get even better, but this one's like really long. So the 3rd book just came out. I would love to catch up on the series. It's Beauty and the Beast, Why Choose. There's 4 heroes, but I think the villain's gonna be a 5th hero, which I'm very intrigued by, so excited to read that one. I am carrying this over from my last TBR, Twisted Obsession by S. Mastery. I would love to read it as a dark hockey romance. So I really want to read more dark romances. That's what I'm in the mood for. I'm not in the mood for like these cutesy contemporaries right now. Like I need dark. That's all I'm in the mood for. That's why I'm like fantasy, paranormal, dark. But I do have one cutesy on here, and that is going to be Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I've been seeing a lot of people's like top of the year videos and Instagram posts, and a lot of people are talking about this book, and it matches my outfit today. But this one is the special edition from Barnes & Noble. It's embossed, and I could do the audio of this one maybe, but it is long. But I think Tori really liked it, and it is a billionaire. I think one of them's an architect, maybe? We'll see. I also have A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. This is a fantasy, and I think she's a healer, and I think she's prisoner, and he's also prisoner, and they fall in love. Book 2 comes out this year, another fantasy that I would really, really, really want to get to, so that is why it's on my TBR. I'm also going to be reading a Nora Roberts book a month. I should have put this in the beginning of the video, but it's on the bottom of my stack because it's a hardback, but I have a graphic I put up on Instagram, and it has like my goals for the year, and one of them is to read 12 Nora Roberts books. I've been collecting her books, and she's just like a classic romance author that just is so fascinating to me. So I was recently recommended Birthright. I love a good second chance romance. That's so far my favorite book of hers is a second chance romance. This is another one. It has archaeologists involved, which I am so into. Like I love The Mummy, and I love Indiana Jones, National Treasure, like Romancing the Stone, all those like action adventure-y, and they're like researching things I love. So this one, I did read her archaeologist like diving one where it's called The Reef. I loved the setting of that, so I'm excited for this one. She's an archaeologist, and they find these bones, and so she has to go and help. It's a 5,000-year-old human skull, and things are happening, and she has to join forces with her irritating but irresistible ex-husband. And they're gonna reconnect. So obviously, very, very excited for this one. High on my TBR. And then I would love to ideally read this entire trilogy. It's over there. But I would like to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. Now, I don't know if I would want to get to the audio. Sometimes for fantasy, I just want to physically read it, but the font is so big. Oh my god, I went from reading Iron Flame, which has the tiniest font, and now this like is very refreshing. It's only 400 pages, so I feel like I could fly through it. I don't know what this series is about, but I do own the entire thing and I would love to get to it. So lots of fantasy on this TBR. Hopefully I can get to that. I do know I will be getting an arc of Laura Pavlov's new book. I just got my acceptance email for that, so it's Loving Romeo. It is a new small town romance series by her, and he is a boxer, so my last read by her was one of my favorite books of the year, so I have high hopes for that. I also have an arc of Twilight of Embers by Tessa Hale that's coming my way. This one is her dragon. Why choose paranormal romance? So obviously I'm excited for that one. And then I don't know if I will be getting any other arcs. Elizabeth O'Rourke does have a new one coming out that I signed up for that I'm super excited for, so we'll see if I get that one. And then Don't Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma something is coming out, which is a historical sapphic romance, which is also something that looks really good. So let me bring up my January releases and see if there's any other ones I think I'll get to. I think those are the only ones I will have an arc of. The Breakup Tour, though, sounds really good by Emily Wibberley and Austin Seeping Broca, and I can probably get that on audio. I do have a physical copy already from the publisher, but this one, she is a pop star, and she gets, like, I think one of her songs is a big hit, and her ex-husband is like, you're profiting off of our relationship, like, that's about me, and she's like, actually, it's about my ex before you. So she has to contact her ex, and he has to go on tour with her. It sounds so good, and it's a second chance romance, so I might be picking that one up as well, but those are the only ones that I'm like, I have to pick this up. Last Call at the Local sounds really cute though, because it takes place at an Irish pub, and I think she's a musician, and she's helping him like try to bring business back to the pub. That's also a Berkeley one that I also have, so let me see if I can get the audio on hold. I don't know if I've already done that. So it looks like one of my libraries has it. And they're gonna get one copy, and there's 33 people. Okay, it'll probably get to the other, I have 4 library cards, it'll probably go to the other library cards like once it releases, but yes, those are all the books that I'm hoping to read in January. Let me know what you're excited for me to read. I would love to hear, and let me know what you're excited to read. I would love to hear as well, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.